To wrap up our day now, it's my great pleasure to introduce to you Booz Allen Space Lead, retired Lieutenant General Chris Bogdan.
Okay, we were supposed to end at 3, so I have about 20 minutes of comments for you. I'm only kidding. First, I want to thank everyone for being here today and thank those who have tuned in virtually. At one point in time, we had nearly 400 folks listening in to the panels. So that was pretty impressive. Thank you, folks out there in virtual land. I hope that you found today's Space AI Summit somewhat insightful and fascinating. And our purpose here was to make you think about what the future could be when it comes to space and AI. I know it surely has had me thinking about some things. Throughout the day, we heard a variety of topics and insights from our colleagues. Greg Robinson from NASA kicked us off with what it means to be a space pioneer and the challenges he and his team faced putting up the Webb telescope, and then led us to understand that many of the technologies that they developed on the Webb telescope were one of a kind and first of a kind, and they put them together and it actually worked. And when it worked, it created tremendous advances and will create tremendous advances in what we know about the universe. AI holds the same exact kind of promise. We just have to take that challenge and meet it. We've had some incredibly insightful panels today too on domain awareness and ground systems and space data and how AI can really improve space missions like ISR and like Earth observation and climate and domain awareness and traffic management, and including modernizing ground systems for future complex constellations. And finally, we were very grateful for AC to come by and talk to us about how AI is being used at NASA today and in the future. And there's some tremendous promise there. I thought your charts were about the best I'd ever seen. I'd like to get a copy of those. They were really pretty awesome. So what lies ahead for AI and space? What I heard today was lots and lots of challenges, and we know they're out there. But I also heard a lot of potential for AI and digital technologies and data technologies across many, many different organizations and agencies, including our military partners, including our intel community, including the civil and commercial space operators, with respect to really figuring out how to harness all the power of the data that space is providing us. And I think AI is a huge part of that solution. So leave here today thinking about how AI can help your mission and help you harness the power of your space data. We here at Booz Allen, we're positioning ourselves to being a leading provider of space data, as well as creating modern ground systems and an integrator of complex space constellations. And we know for sure that AI is an important part of the tool set that we need to bring to our clients. So we're thinking long and hard about those challenges and long and hard about how AI can bring that to our clients. We talked a little bit about it today. Probably the biggest hindrance I feel today to using AI in this domain and other domains is culture and trust. Okay, and we heard some really good stories about how professors thought calculators were going to ruin math for children, and it didn't turn out that way. I think we're on the precipice of something really, really significant when it comes to AI, and so we have to overcome the barriers of culture and overcome the barriers of trust. But it's incumbent upon us, those folks who understand AI and use AI, to help our clients understand what we're doing and how we're doing it, to build that trust, and also to help them to adopt these capabilities within the culture of their organizations. We can't forget that. You can't just give folks technology and expect it to do wonderful things. You've got to take the human dimension into account. And I think that's an important part of moving forward with ethical AI and building that trust and having people understand and change the culture to use it properly. So with that, on behalf of myself and Judy Dotson, our boss in global defense here at Booz Allen, and all of my great Booz Allen teammates who made this happen, and I'm going to give you a round of applause for that, my Booz Allen team. We want to thank each and every one of you for coming. I know I was supposed to look straight into the camera and tell all 400 people that are out there virtually, this concludes our event for you. So you can click leave in the little box up on your webpage. But for those of you who are here, please, before you leave, take a stop and take a look at our demo on space domain awareness and traffic management. But even more important, there's snacks out there to include brownies and cookies. And on the way out, you can get some Booz Allen Oreo cookies. And if you're really, really risk taker, you can eat some freeze-dried astronaut ice cream. I tried the cookies. I have yet to try the ice cream, but I will. If you want me to do it first, I will. But that's out there too. So thank all of you for coming. Wonderful venue. I hope you're going to leave here thinking long and hard about how AI can help your mission and how we can help bring this tremendous power to our space clients. Thanks very much.